Hi, we're at Council's Corner, and I'm here today with Ian Hodgkinson and with Mayor Keith Hobbs. And Ian's here with the Guardian Angels. We're super happy to have him. But before I start talking to Ian, I just want to go back a ways.
Not too far back.
I met Ian way back when he was a kid. He used to come to Sherry Evans Salon for haircuts, and he was in a punk rock band. And I remember he'd always have those Iroquois Mohawk haircuts. He'd always have different colors, etc. Whatever happened to that music? What happened to Ian?
Actually, still involved, and I've been in a band for the last 28 years, and we toured all Latin America. Another band that I'm involved in actually has a lawsuit against the FBI right now.
Okay. Do you want to go there? Or?
Sure,
okay,
of course.
Okay, so why not? What's this lawsuit about?
The group is called Insane Clown Posse. It's a hip-hop group. They are an underground, very successful band, and the problem with the FBI is they have categorized all of our fans as gang members because of tattoos.
Oh.
And there's over 1 million fans involved in the project, and they all sport the same tattoo, and because of the history of the band, they've done some strange things. They've categorized the kids, so that's affecting the band. If you were a 13, 14-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid, 18 years ago, and you got a tattoo to support the band, now when you're an adult and you're a family man and whatever, or a woman, you can't get a job.
Wow.
Because you're categorized as a gang member.
Wow.
Welcome to the United States.
Yeah, so there's a huge deal right now.
Anyway, we're going to talk today about you being here in Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
So what brings you? What brings you? Why did you pick Thunder Bay, and how has this come about?
Well, to try to keep it as short as possible, obviously I was born and raised in Thunder Bay, spent the last 28 years based out of Mexico City, but traveling the world as a professional wrestler, and actor, and musician, and obviously with the Guardian Angels. Things in Mexico right now are at a stage where the violence is really out of control. Being a foreigner and being involved with things I was doing with community service and things like that, I felt at risk. And I have a teenage daughter, and I didn't want her to grow up in the school system in Mexico. I felt the best place to teach her the correct family values and things I learned and things that have helped me, and the best school system there is to grow up here in Thunder Bay, and that was the big reason to come back home.
And how did you get involved in the Guardian Angels? How did you get involved?
Well, my first experience with the Guardian Angels, I'll never forget it. I say it like it is. I was 9 years old. I saw it on the news, and these martial arts guys were dressed in this uniform going into the subways into New York City to fight crime. It was like, wow, real life superheroes. So that was my first meeting with the Guardian Angels. But then, you know, I always thought, with the success I've had and in the public eye in different countries, how can I take that success at the tail end of my career and give back to the community? And I was a fan of the Guardian Angels my whole life. I was involved with the Guardian Angels in New York City because they were always involved in pro wrestling. And I just reached out to them about 20 years ago, and I said, I have this to offer. Yeah. Can I be your guy in Latin America? And they were like, take the ball, run with it, and that was it.
Wow.
Now
you were kidnapped twice, I understand.
3 times.
3 times.
4 times. One was a marriage, but that's a different thing.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, I was kidnapped. Yeah.
Wow. Did they have a gun on you or something? Or
no,
what?
there was 27 armed militants with AK-47s pointed at me.
Okay, and how did you get out of it?
Well, I would like to think because God likes me.
Okay.
And I'm a self-defense instructor. I'm involved in different systems at a high level, and one of our programs is a anti-kidnapping thing, so I use some of that strategy, and I think a lot of it was luck, man. You know, when you get kidnapped, I was doing Guardian Angel work with the police in Guadalajara, Mexico, in a certain area of town that our presence was affecting the drug trade, and unfortunately the police corruption, government corruption is at a high level. Yeah. So they sent a message, and the message was pretty strong. I was kidnapped on the highway. And when it's military people that are involved and you're a victim, they're trained, brainwashed to treat you like a piece of meat, basically. So they don't look at you as a human being, so you're a target. Right. So the way to get out of things like that is talk. Yeah. About anything and get them to see that you're a human being, and eventually you maybe can open up that opportunity to calm the situation down. And after 4 days of an intense moment, I talked my way out of it.
Wow. Keith, how do you feel about Guardian Angels coming to Thunder Bay?
Well, I'm excited about it, although, we've looked at our crime has come down in the city the first 3 years of this last term of council, and, the police do a great job in the city of Thunder Bay. My hat's off to them. I mean, that was my old career too, so I'm a little biased, but we need that extra help. And if you look at the jacket, Guardian Angels, Safety Patrol, that's what it's all about. Making citizens not only safer but feel safer, and I think the perception of a safe community goes a long way. So with the Guardian Angels out on the street, I think people will feel a lot more comfortable walking downtown in areas where we see drug deals and we see intoxicated people. It's another set of eyes for the police, for sure. They have citizens' powers of arrest just like you or I do. And if they see a situation and they can help and possibly hold someone until the police get there, or video a drug deal, so we can identify drug dealers and just help take a bite out of the crime. And that's something that all of the mayor and councillors ran on, was a safe community. And I think it's just like another neighborhood watch group. So anything we can do as a council to assist the police to make the city safer. And Vampiro, Ian has volunteered his services, and I want to see us accept them. It's going to be subject to business plan. We've talked about it. It's going to have to put a business plan together. I think the biggest concern that we've heard from people is, are these guys vigilantes? And I followed the history too, Ian. As a young kid, I read about the Guardian Angels and the man in New York, Mr. Sliwa, that started the group in New York. And I know it was endorsed by Rudy Giuliani, who is the Attorney General in New York and also the Mayor of New York City. He embraced the Guardian Angels, had a zero tolerance policy, and it's been successful. I believe it's 117 countries that they're in now.
Yep.
And you know what? They get very few complaints, and they police their own, which is really good. And probably Ian can talk more on that piece.
So Ian, how does it work? I mean, can anybody apply, and do you walk with 5 people, 6 people, 3 people? Is it?
It all depends, and we kind of adapt things to every situation is different, right? What works in New York doesn't work in Brazil.
Right.
What works in Brazil won't work in Thunder Bay. Here in Thunder Bay, obviously, for us, it's a historic moment. The Guardian Angels have been around for 35 years. Rudy Giuliani, Michael Bloomberg, was all these big names, Obama, Clinton, both Bushes, Nixon, all these people were on the board of directors of the Guardian Angels in New York. It's a huge thing. So for us today, obviously, Mayor Hobbs, we've been friends for years. This is a historic moment for the Guardian Angels in Canada, because we haven't been that well received in Canada because of certain situations that happened. What they are, I couldn't tell you. But now, yours truly is the director of the Angels in Canada. So with the mayor on board, this is a monstrous day for us. How do you become a Guardian Angel? All you got to do is just reach out and say, I have 5 minutes, I have 10 minutes, I have 2 hours, I have a day. I want to dedicate my time to helping. The Guardian Angels today, 2015, we're not just a street patrol. We're a community outreach resource that anybody can access. Security is a big part. Eyes and ears, helping out the police, is a big part. The red jacket calls attention. So if you need security, first aid, if you're lost, if you have to make a phone call, you can come to us. We work a lot with youth bullying in school, cyberbullying. People who obviously suffer domestic violence is an example. If the woman or man or child needs help, they can come to us if they need that somebody they can trust. Yeah. We do self-defense, we do first aid. So if you have a few moments of your time and you want to make a difference, because everybody is useful. What can I do? I don't know. The only thing I can do is knit. Well, you teach somebody to knit. I know how to write good in another language. Well, help me out teaching that. Whatever you want to do, you can come. I get really passionate about it because here in Thunder Bay, the response is crazy. Like, I've had over 80 people say, I want to be a Guardian Angel.
Wow.
And for me, that's like, whoa. So we do police ourselves. I mean, I hate to say the word. Well, if it's in your mind that you think that we're a vigilante group and you're just going to suit up and go out there and solve crime and beat people up, that ain't happening. Not only are you not welcome, that's not what we're about. Anybody, it doesn't matter your sex, your age. We have different programs. You can dedicate time from your home. You can come on the street. You can do this. You can do that. Anything. You just got to be cool. You know what I mean? You can't come here with bad intentions, because it's just you're not welcome.
Now, how would they reach you, or how can someone out there contact you? Or
Guardian Angels Canada is the Facebook page. I mean, it's blowing up like crazy. That's the best way, because I check that. It comes straight to my phone. You send me a message, and I'm always on Twitter. Vampiro. I don't know how to say it in English. Guillaume Baco / you know that, what do you call it? Underscore?
Underscore, yep.
Vampiro. But Guardian Angels Canada on the Facebook, I get the messages constantly. I'm always answering every single one. That's the best way to go.
We'll make sure we have
And if you see this handsome face on the street dressed in red, that's even an easier way to go.
We'll make sure we have that on the screen as far as so people can write it down.
Yeah.
You mentioned...
Well, you see me more than anybody. You see me more than my mom does, so just talk to him.
Now, you mentioned that this is historical.
Yeah.
No municipality has given the reception that you've received here from Mayor Hobbs, etc. So could you elaborate just a little bit on that? Because you seem very passionate about this.
I do, because I get excited, because the Guardian Angels, it's a process, you know what I mean? You got to go, you got to explain, it's just like you got to climb that mountain step by step. And in Canada, in our 35-year history, we've tried in Edmonton, we've tried in Vancouver, we've tried in Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, and it just never worked. The government or the police or somebody just didn't get it, or the leaders we had at that time, as much as their heart was in it, maybe they just didn't do it right. But to have the mayor, this is huge. Curtis Lewa, our president, he wants to come today and be here and walk, and stay in New York. We got it. You know, well, he's coming, believe me.
Okay, good.
But to have Mayor Hobbs do this is historical. I'm sure he's going to catch flack. I'm sure there's people saying, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" For him to go out on the limb, I mean, he's the boss. He's the mayor.
Yeah.
To invite me to walk with him. Come on, man.
Don't worry about the mayor. He's always in trouble. No, that's a kid.
I don't mind taking it, because I think it's a great program. I've researched it. I've done a lot of research on it, and you know what? We need some help right now in this city. We need some help calming people, and we had 11 homicides last year for a city of 120,000 people. That's unacceptable. And you know, not that they're going to be in harm's way, because they're very careful about how they patrol and do the things that they do. But I think people need to know that their city government or municipal government is trying to do something to assist the police in stopping crime and having another. It's like a neighborhood watch program, as I said before.
Big time.
And the more we have of that, the more community involvement we have. We look at Evergreen, what Linda Bruins has done in Ogden Evergreen. You look what's happening in the Picton Blucher area with a new park and all the people that are volunteering in that area. We've made those areas safer. So this is another step in that process to build community, and how can you criticize that?
Well, obviously, you know, you ran on crime, and that you've done everything you possibly can. If there's another option out there, at least you're open to accepting that option, trying it out, and see what happens. And Ian, I just want to say, as first of all, as one of your mentors.
Yeah, it's your fault. My mom hates you. Still.
From way back.
Why does he charge me so much money?
It's a pleasure to have you back in Thunder Bay.
It's great. It's awesome.
You're one of our citizens that's gone out there, gone out in the world, made a name for himself, but never forgot his roots. Nope. And we're so happy you're back here. I wish you the most success. I hope the program goes well. And if there's anything that I can do personally to help out, I would love to do that. And I just wish you the best. I won't keep you any longer because I know you're busy. We're going for a walk right now.
Yeah.
Check out the area. But thanks again.
Thank you.
Pleasure. And
the boss, big hands like a boxer.
Mayor Hobbs, thank you very much again. Always a pleasure. And Thunder Bay Live, once again, interviewing people that make a difference in our city. Thank you very much. Have a great day.